Should be back now. I think the multi-configure streaming had an issue. Hopefully I have fixed it now. Find out soon. Upper lobby looking for just one more to be set up here. Looks like Twitch is back up online. And there's YouTube. Thank God. Okay. Yeah, something happened with the configuration tool. It just did it to Twitch for some unknown reason, but for some reason I think the Twitch button is called the Direct Strike Tournament. Hate to see it, but okay, here we go. I am not changing it again. Hopefully whoever is hosting this will hit the medium timer. Still a lot of pumpers. Still gonna. I'm hoping for a bloodshed game. To be honest with you, loving that Madmartigan's in here. I think my favorite to win at the moment would be either Mappy, Minamoto, or You Got Wrecked. I think all three of those people are a little underrated, honestly. I think they should get a little bit more love. Um, Great players, winning a lot of just regular pub FFAs. Thinking if I had to pick one though, I think Mappy. Definitely thinking Mappy's gonna win this. But still, a lot of pumpers in here. Still just looking for one more to fill. And I'm pretty sure we're off here. Ooh, Nazer managed to join in here. That's a pretty good sign. Love Nazer. He's a pretty good player. Merton as well. A lot of common names here. It looks like we're starting. Hopefully the host hits medium timer. Last time we didn't, and we unfortunately put Red Blood and 3 other people into a 4.5 hour game. So it was a pumper game, 30,000 kills for pretty much everybody, I think. It's kind of cruel and unusual punishment for $25. Okay, we are starting off. Thank God, puts on medium timer, already savior. 9 seconds to start. People setting up their cameras. Damn Trump, love to see it. All right, people, ready to go. Looking at their one-mans. Hard to tell who's got good spots. Nobody seems to have consecutive spots at the middle. We have purple expanding into Switzerland, does take damage. Teal doing the one-man in Austria. I feel a pullback is happening here. Which, I think I would do if you're expanding here. It doesn't hurt to pull back on wheat, though he will grudge that later. 4-manning into Montenegro by red. Mint also going into Jordan with gray looking like he's going to clean up Palestine. This is always a dicey situation when you have starting off in the Middle East. Not something that is usually preferable. Emerald getting Morocco, maybe lost a unit there. That's hard to see. Teal losing Turquoise losing 2 units in Tunisia. Also not something we want to see. Oh, maybe he only lost 1, looked like 2. Trying to 4-man Poland, but I don't think he's going to get this. Teal does have the pullback here. He does get Czech Republic and Austria, so it's going to look like he's going to wrap up this area. And then 4-manning on Montenegro and Serbia. We have marooned in Corsica. Oh my gosh, just things happening everywhere across the map. Peach not getting East Greenland. Purple trying to go into Disco Bay, taking West Greenland, while green takes Portugal. Teal also going into Croatia. Yeah, I guess this makes sense. You don't know if this person's going to grudge you, so you're going to go out from under him. I like this move, but it's a little dicey when red's kind of spawning beneath you. Let's see how this goes. Oh, I don't know how it happened, but Mint ends up getting this Palestine base and surrounding Gray, so it's a little bit ruining his start. He is microing his units here, so obviously it seems like a decent player. Does lose. Yeah, I don't know how Gray lost this. I wish I saw that. Gray moving into South Russia, Spain being finished up by Green and Emerald and Teal. Turquoise, maybe? I maybe saw this was a turquoise base. Not exactly sure what happened there. Could be some fighting. Peanut looked like he wrapped up Belgium. Doesn't do Netherlands. I wonder if he sees this or not, or he just hopes that Germany is more important here. We have Central Russia being taken. He's also in Siberia. Yeah, a little bit of low incomes. Turn 3 with 13 income. It's a little bit low. Still some 6s on the board, 8s, 9s, plenty of low incomes here. So yeah, it looks like low expansion from a lot of people. Although Yellow looks like he set himself nicely. Island Boy Alliance is probably going to be happening soon. Um,
My friend?
oh, hello, Derider.
How are you doing, my friend?
Good, how
Everything
are
fine?
you? Yeah, actually, I fixed it. I had to reset up, but yeah, YouTube for some reason didn't do the multicasting.
Oh, okay. Do you need some help on top, or is everything fine? I wasn't able to check your stream yet. I was playing Direct Strike.
Yeah, I think everything's good now. Thank you for
Yeah.
Yeah,
checking in though.
looks good to me.
Okay. Last time
Oh
we
fuck.
checked, the overlay was a little bit.
Oh,
But yeah, now
gotcha.
that's Gucci Gucci.
Sick,
Good
sick.
job, Parastroke.
Good
Thank
luck, my
you.
friend, and have fun. Love you.
Me too.
Good luck.
You're a beast.
So we got Turk pushing into Germany. This looks doomed for Peanut. That's unfortunate. Every single one of these units really low, so it's not going to take anything for Teal to finish this up. The Disco Bay War, or I'm sorry, the National Park East Greenland War going on. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go for Wheat, but he does seem to continue expanding, even though he does have Karelia. Wow, a bunch of small people left, nobody dead, still some 4, 8, 9s incomes. Starting to see war across the map. We still have red pushing into Macedonia. I like this. This, you don't want violet here. Looks like that's pretty much all he has besides Cyprus. Mint finishing up the Middle East. I didn't see how he kicked him out of here, but Pink seeming to be dealing with two people at once. Green still. Oh, well, Green starts the war with DG while Maroon might be teaming him. Don't think DG. Oh no, they peace. Real peace to the OGG. Okay, cool. So DG does see this. He starts to spend. He does get this piece from Green, which is beneficial for him. Obviously, now he can focus his efforts. Oh, I didn't even see it. Malta going to do a nice drop on him. Not enough gold coming from Maroon, possibly. No, he had just enough gold to keep. Oh, but he's going to lose the base because he wasn't. That's unfortunate. You hate to see this. It looks like Maroon's going to lose this now. Pink pushing into DG while Mint pushes Libya. Pink was in Libya as well, so it just looks like he's full spending into to orange here, which is probably what you have to do, but it's just unfortunate because Mint's just going to send all of his spawns in this direction. Peach looking like he's in trouble here. Up in the north in Finland, Gray seeming to get like a decent surround. Both of them have roared. He's probably going to back off here maybe. Hard to tell. He probably could get a decent defense going there. But again, this is going to be difficult for both players. I think they're going to get stuck here in this little back and forth war, which is really unfortunate because it looks like, well, maybe they're fine because you have red and purple now picking up the mantle of a fight. Well, UK seems to be sitting pretty in the hands of yellow. Red kind of taking the north. I did miss a lot of this. He's now finishing up yellow in Croatia. I don't know if I would defend this. He seems to be spawning his Marines, which I don't know. I don't like that play too much. Gray or Peach, I forget who had this. One of them lost these bases, and now they're gonna have like another front to fight on here. Violet looking for a home. Cole, I'm not exactly sure what Cole's doing here. Light blue teaming in Leningrad. Cole, I believe, and Navy were fighting, so LB seems to be just mopping this up. Cole having enough units just to send this into Vio, looking like it's going to be the end of them. Nazer and McGangster both out, so brown and pink out of this game. See probably the death of Turquoise soon as DG also, no, I'm sorry, this is Emerald. Emerald is pushing in on him from, all directions. Mint seems to be wrapping up Turkey. Pink, absolutely. Yeah, I didn't see if this was an FF or just a regular death. I'm not sure if Mint helped out here, but again, Orange seemed to have cleared this. With, Vio is, I believe, on Nomad, about to be on Nomad as he loses Cyprus to Mint. These units are going to die. Merton dead. You hate to see it. Wheat out of the game now. DG getting hit by Turquoise. Not able to finish Maroon off, too, so he is going to lose this Sicily base as Teal, I'm sorry, kind of does this push. Now, we did see this in the last game by honestly a really good player, and we saw that it didn't really work out with him for him. So this thing is really easy to defend, but I think the main difference here is that Maroon, oh man, just chaos happening. Emerald and DG in green, maybe having some sort of green alliance. It is hard to tell. We are seeing the map just kind of explode. Peach holding in Sammy, getting surrounded on this Finland base, which is kind of tragic. But he gets 14 seconds. I think he'll have enough time to hold. No, maybe not. Yeah, he brings these units up. He puts them in here in time. He'll have enough time to hold, get the income, and then spawn as long as he swaps out one of these units. But it doesn't look like he will. He will lose this base before the timer. That's unfortunate. He does that's -6 income for him. I think we will see the death of Peach here. Gray does seem to take that as a resounding victory. Teal doing the whole tank push here. Again, expensive units. He has the roar, does die, but DG does have this nice surround. I think it is up to Emerald. He does finish off Rune over here, but green pushing into the. I'm liking this green alliance. I really do like to see colors coming together. Teal looking like he's in trouble. Turquoise looking for a home, but red making an SS in Albania. Mint sitting in the Middle East looking happy, while yellow FFs. I did miss this. I don't know what happened here. Last I heard, there was a war with blue and purple in the north, so I'm kind of confused. They obviously peaced and something happened here. But it looks like purple's going to mop up the UK. Yep, okay, NA tournament game. We're going to try to do this being weekly. Same rules as the Europe tournaments. $25 goes to the victor as long as they're in the Discord. Burmy and Maroon is out of the game. So right now we have Kill the Plebs, Drew Bear, Wyke, Burmy, McGangster, Mern, and Nays are all out of the game by turn 9. Lots of fighting going on. And Cole looks to be sitting pretty up in the north with Lavender and LB. These three I don't think have done too much fighting. So they're pretty fortunate that the Russian Federation isn't going to implode on itself. Yeah, I'm thinking we're seeing the death of Teal here. If I was red, I would see the writing on the wall. Maybe get some free land while you can. Hungary, Croatia, Slovenia, Hungary. It's unfortunate because Teal really did have a great start. He had these 4 income here and then kind of built beneath and was able to take mid seemingly for free. Blue pushing into DG, blue pushing into Gray, who is a little bit weakened at the moment. We see that he doesn't have a lot of gold, or any gold, to be honest with you, after his fight with Peach. So it does look like that might have been a good push by Blue, as long as the turn timer. Well, this right here is not my favorite thing. I think you really want the South Norway base in order to make this a successful push. But they're going at it, and I'm sure purple might help out, to be honest with you. Still a lot of action. Turquoise still trying to find a home after he lost his Tunisia, but it does look like Emerald and Red are going to tag team. Shred Nar is out. Mint looking like he's starting to cut the trees for Russia, or into, South Russia, Georgia, Azer. I think Mint sweeps this pretty easily. I don't know if anybody really comes to your help here as Orange. I think he's going to do his best to kind of hold here, but yeah, I think this is doomed for you. Well, Colt does come in from behind and starts taking his land. Again, oh my gosh. Blue immediately out of the game. He did a nice little push here, and it didn't go well for him, so I think he just kind of gives up after that. So Colt coming in behind Orange. Navy still looking for maybe some lands. Maybe he's trying to get back into the south with this port. Hard to tell for sure. Green not pushing into Turk yet, not killing him. Maybe, okay, we have Emerald and DG fighting in the south. Some small A ships kind of trying to poke some damage. This one almost dying. Corsica, Sardinia under attack by DG. Ports. I think, my favorite to win this is Emerald here. They both have similar gold. DG does pop out that 20B ship, which does put. You hate to see these units not in action because this 20B ship can do some damage here. Across the map, Gray cleaning up Blue's lands. I totally get this. I think purple here. Yeah, I think I would see purple kind of finishing this off. I don't think you want to see too many people up here if you guys aren't allied. So definitely foresee some damage happening up there. Taking some damage on that B ship. Emerald is. No, dark green is. 2 Emerald. Bull finishing up here. Navy did have this base, but I'm confused on what might have been happening there. Mint pushing in. This is always a tough push no matter what. You really want to get these mortars on the front line. These units happen to be roared, but his left side isn't really going to be roared here. Would wish to see all of these coming up because he is taking tower damage. It does look like he has a better back line, but it doesn't look like Orange has a roar at the moment. So he is losing out on that damage bonus. So these two are going to keep going at it. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell for me at the moment. I think Mint will end up taking away this because he just has the gold, obviously. But yeah, Orange seems to now be decisively losing. It's just unfortunate. Colcom kind of comes behind and takes what he can from this fight. And the map seems to be stabilizing a little bit. We have, oh, yeah, we have everybody kind of chilling. It seems like even this DG Emerald seems to stall, asking for peace. Uh, No, I think that is a bit of a mistake. I think DG should take that pace. They're kind of just weakening each other. Uh, Emerald did sort of help him in the fight with Maroon and Teal. I'm not exactly sure what the grudge happened here, but he does get that SS. That's kind of crazy. He does have the bishop and an SS, so it does look like he does have the upper hand. Um, Bull finally finishing off his magic pants, dies off to a to a very strong positioned Mint. See how this SS does. We do see these transport ships a lot. Interested to see a little bit early. Usually like to see the SS take the hit, but always like to see this transport ship dropping. B ship does look to be low. Seems to be spawning. Let's see if it does happen. All it takes is one hit, and oh, the boat dies first. DG now pushing up from both directions. This does look like it's going to be a cursed push. Even though so, I mean, Emerald is out of money. Not much you can do in this situation. I kind of think I would stop spending here as a whole, just because he outships you. Maybe you sit in Africa and pray someone helps you. Oh, I didn't even see this. Lavender and Red fighting. It looks like Red does seem to be winning. Lavender just trying to shove his troops in, but I do think this is a mistake, as Red does have the gold to defend this, so pushing in this little hole isn't going to do it for him. A lot of these mortars and healers all going to die. This is kind of tragic. You really want to pull these back, as this is a lot of bounty that, you know, and the tank's gone. It does look like Lav might try to retreat to central Russia. The Emerald and DG fight continues on. A lot of people, oh, Batro saying he loves me talk. Mint, I totally missed this. My wife actually just pointed it on the screen because I was looking at chat, because I totally missed this. Bulgaria, Macedonia, he does kind of get the port here. 1 SS to Mint's 2. We like to see marshals. Easter told me that majors are overpowered, and I've been using them. I have to completely agree. I don't think they need to be nerfed or anything, but they're definitely great. Look at them just kind of just destroy on this damage. I mean, it just happens so quick. All you need is 2 healers and 1 roar here, and then they would just kind of come up and sweep. Mint, I mean, speak of sweep, Mint is just going through. Lavender's trying to kind of distract, I think. I think I wouldn't hold here. I think I would try to get some tower damage, maybe even hold these 2 bait. Some things seem to happen, but Mint just kind of clears this up. It's unfortunate for Red, but when you have somebody below you like that, especially somebody who's big, their KD's still decent, you really don't want to be picking these large-scale fights because you just know someone's going to come up behind you. And there are other people on the map are busy too. The only people that could have helped you are unfortunately in a war as well. Teal coming in, maybe taking it? No, this looked like it was just an accident. Pull, purple, I have no idea. Tap the slap was Peanut. He was running around, saw him in Spain trying to find a home, wasn't able to find one. And not sure where this purple B ship came from, but here it is. Yeah, someone said title needs updating. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure how to do that outside of the live stream, which I did change it there, so a little confused there. Maybe, you know, Pumonkey can help me with that. Dignity says, "What's up, boys? It's good to have you here." Yeah, taking the view, tough spot for me, meant crazy good. Yeah, this is I think you were orange there. Yeah, absolutely, Magic. That's a tough place for anyone, really. He's got a lot of gold. I don't think there's much you could do there, and Cole was coming up behind you as well, so it was kind of doomed, unfortunately. Lav, kind of struggling. You don't really like to see this. Lav should kind of have red on the ropes, considering how much Mint's really invested in here. I don't know if I like all these knights and majors that he's been pumping out, because he is letting them die. So a lot of the gold here could have been, I think, better spent, but he does have a great KD, so, oh, voice crack. He does have a better KD, so it's looking fine for him, regardless of the situation. He does try to hold on to this port, too, because you don't want Red running away, even though you really can't. Would love to see this tank kill for your KD. It's definitely going to help you a little bit. Looking like a lot Oh, maybe Teal does the two. I don't know if this is worth it. It's really two income. You see Mint here anyway. Maybe it pisses them off. So I don't know if the two income's really worth the negative Diplo. So we have a lot of the map seems to be calmed down at the moment. Teal, yeah, I think Red's just kind of unfortunately stuck here. Lab, we good, right? Yeah, I think Lab, you got to make sure you're doing the positive Diplo. He just helps you out a lot. Yeah, Red asking why anybody's not doing anything, which is a good question, but people were busy. M and DG doing some sort of forever war. It seemed like maybe it calmed down, but it actually just looks like he's got all these transports for another hit. Lav potentially losing Crimea, which is a little sad. Mint not finishing off Red right away. I think you have enough money. I think you just take in your spawns, finish up Ukraine. You make sure Red's out of the game. You really don't want anybody on your border that you kind of teamed. You don't want them to stay alive. I'm bringing up the fact that he did kill Maroon for DG when he was being teamed, so I am surprised and tried to kill me. So some negative dip load happening on DG side, but I'm not sure how this plays out for this Green Alliance because yeah, these people are at war. Unfortunately, we don't have the names up. Yeah, Monsalo, I see you there asking for the names, which I regrettably did not write down. Though from the people that I do remember, I believe Mappy's still in this game. We still have Tap Slap is out as Peanut. We have Mappy, Madmartigan for sure. We have who else do we have? We had some puppers. You got Wrecked. He hosted the map for us. Major seems to be out. Yeah, a lot of people out. Sorry about that, Monsalo. Next time I'll make sure to get those names for you. Um, Red doing some negative Diplo, saying the community is trash. Unfortunately, we hate to see it, but this is part of the game. Teaming is just a huge, huge part of it. It happens to the best of us. Love to see this Diplo happening between Mint and Red. Love to see these hits. I don't know. I mean, we love to see the SS, but this is kind of scary here, right? You do have your transports. You just drop them in. You put them out of tower range. Start hitting the south base. I'm sorry. Start hitting this from the south where it's out of range a little bit more because it's just dangerous. It's a dangerous game to have, and you already have these transports. Hey, you just go in. Mint doing the Red doing the negative Diplo, even though Mint tried to help him or try to give him a way out, but looks like we're gonna stop seeing Red. Cole and Gray having a huge fight on the northern front. Tank battles galore. You'd like to see some more mortars on the backfield. I think Gray's playing this correctly. Maybe a little bit more target fire is what I like to see. Maybe pulling back some micro happening, some good micro. But he does look like he's going to get surrounded. Maybe, I didn't even see he still had a base up here, so finishing that might be a little bit dire. DG looking like he's going to be able to surround this bottom Tunisia base. Mint looking like he's finishing off Red. Lavender just trying to maybe help out in any way that he can. But great, yeah, this is a little dicey now. Cole, these happen fast. It looks good for Gray for a second, and then immediately just turns back as soon as this mortar line comes a little bit more fresh and the targeting happens. Gray holding this, I believe, is a mistake. He does have the gold for an SS, in my opinion. He should be just dropping an SS real quick, but this looks a little cursed. He has a little bit. I think you spend your gold. Cole, he went all out. He's bringing all his troops. He's still got a couple fresh ones that he needs to be bringing. But Cole did what he had to do. He had a great push into here. This is extremely hard, but he did it right. He spent all his gold. He made sure he has roared. He made sure his mortars were targeting the tanks. I'm pretty sure he's making sure his tanks are targeting tanks, which again, extremely, extremely important. Cole kind of has my respect there. That's a really hard push to do, and he did it in a KD positive manner, especially when Gray had a bunch of tanks. It does look like we're going to see the death of Emerald. He's going to be starting to loading up these transports and going north. Like, I missed this. This is a good hold. I think this is as good as it gets for you as LB. LB having a little bit less income, having less gold. 2 might be an overkill because, I could be wrong about this, but I think 1's enough here. But great defense. Honestly, great. I think as Green, you kind of you steal Czech Republic. You really want to surround here. Otherwise, you're just kind of getting shredded. He's getting his roars off. It doesn't look like Green's getting his roars. DG just cleaning up the south here, which is good. Maybe he can sit for a little while. Cole still doing an immaculate push. Not sure if anybody's lost any tanks yet. It does look like they're doing a really good job microing. Mint, for the 5th time we've seen Mint backdooring somebody. Oh, you really hate to see this. I had high hopes for Cole here. I don't even know if he sees it. I don't even know if there's anything he can really do about it. Teal going into dark green. This is again weird. They did have a fight already. T got tripled. I believe Teal. No, I'm sorry. Teal got doubled here. And he again another crazy push. This is a great example. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to surround the units as best as possible so that you get as much DPS going. The only thing DG's not really doing well here is he doesn't have a roar. But all said and done, I don't think DG has the gold. He's 20 seconds off the timer. He's not going to get any income. He does a good fallback here. I think he needs to bring his SS, maybe one SS in the middle, and then two SS here and then one SS here. Try to get that done and have a better defense. Mint just kind of eating up South Russia. But at Cole, well, how's Cole's KD? Cole's losing KD. I don't know if that's because he lost a lot of free units here or if he's not microing his tanks. Oh, we did see a gray tank die there. Very hard to tell why his KD's going down. Light blue, I don't know how this has been going, but it looks like it's been going really well. A lot of slow tanks. We have a full tank here that green's not utilizing. I'd love to see an LB push here because, it's kind of David versus Goliath, and David's winning, it seems. This is actually what you want to do. You want to steal this base. You want to make sure, even if, you have to say sorry, even you have to beg, plead, barter, not even say anything. Green giving the well played because he does deserve it. TYU 2, you'd like to see some decent morals going on. Mint, stop teaming. What the fuck? Why I asked? I'm not teaming. Basically, just take. That's crazy Diplo that we see out of Mint. That's actually unhinged. I don't know why. That's even. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna lose a bishop here. Maybe a quick swap will save its life, but he doesn't see it, so it's down. 4 tanks is a lot. I don't know if DG or yeah, DG. I mean, he's fought maybe 3 people, maybe 4. Maroon, M, Teal for sure, and I think I saw another person that he was kind of killing in the islands at the start of the game. Teal pulling back, also doing some negative Diplo, asking or saying that you're a joke. 2 SS versus 1. Purple joining in on this fight. I think, yeah, I like this from Purple. You see that Green wasn't really holding very well. Green now teaming. Wow, this is a crazy teaming game. Everybody is everywhere on the map all at once. Purple, I think Green kind of deserves this a little bit. Purple saw some weakness here, saw, this double teaming, and I think this is the right thing. We have M sort of coming in, maybe trying to help out his new master. We have Purple in Portugal, just kind of slowly but surely taking it. Teal on his last legs. I think this DG probably solidifies that Green's kind of someone who helps him. So I think I'd like to see him hit France and try to help out any way that he can. There's nothing really much you can do besides that. LB still roared over here, so maybe he does a cheeky land grab into green on Germany. Hard to tell. Cole and gray fight still. This is dangerous. I think Mint. Oh, he kills. He kills Teal's SS. Mint. No one's seeing the 71 income at 25 minutes. And people are still fighting, right? People are sort of got their blinders on as Cole and Gray fight still seems to be happening. Lav does have this border going up because he's not exactly sure, and I think this is a safe bet. Everyone's sort of not seeing everything here. Oh, Mono somehow gets the... Oh, he probably went into the start of the game. Oh my god, Mono, I love you. You went to the beginning of the stream and probably saw all the names. You're the best. Green doing anything that he can. But I think... I don't know if I run here. I don't know if I run here. I know it looks dicey, but you have some bases. Maybe try to snipe this one. Get a better line. Start spawning as much as you can and start targeting these tanks. Yeah, this is exactly what I want to see. Start hitting these tanks, killing them one by one. Yep, well, maybe not tanks, but, I think it'll work either way. Thinking we're seeing the death of Green. Yeah, we do see Germany being taken by LB. And pushing into Cole for the 15th time. Not really, but it does, I think, bare minimum, he's teamed 2 or 3 players at this point. Again, very dangerous, 71 income. He's at a 670 to 330, which is a 2.0 KD, a little bit more, which is insane, right? 26 minutes, and you don't want to see somebody at 71 income, especially when you have some pumpers in this lobby. Like, we have Madmartigan still in here. We have Minamoto. We have Notes. We have Mappy, too. Every single one of those people. Actually, everyone's still in here. He's a solid player. Shocks, Teabagger. Dignity, Notes, Deca, Venice, Extra Hammer, all solid players. Monsalo. Is that what I meant to say? Adam, you're Monsalo. Did I call you Mono? You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. You know what I meant. You know that I love you. Um, uh, too many people have too many similar names. I'm so sorry. We have purple kind of finishing up. This is going to be a rough one for green, but still also a rough hold for, well, emerald's coming in too, finishing up these light units. Tank rush. I think you just full send here. You get this one back. You make a couple more mortars. Maybe even commit to an SS on the north side just because you are in the island, so you need one anyway. Yeah, I think you sort of commit here, and you just say screw it, and you full dive bomb into here. Still people missing. I'm sorry about that. But we do love you. Like I said, you've helped out in the streams for a long time. Always an MVP, getting the names even when we don't give them for you. Always finding a way. Emerald, yeah, just eating up everything he can. Wish to see some more target firing on these tanks just to get the job done. DG War is back on with Teal. Not sure how all these tanks survived. Get these SS in this fight. I don't even know if he's paying attention here. Please, for the love of Christ, just move them over. Yep, there you go. And start targeting. And then you just start. You need to eat as much as you can, as fast as you can. Cole looking like he's just getting devoured. I mean, he says it. 76 income is backstabbing you. You need to make the map aware. I think this is a caps lock moment. You just scream at the top of your lungs. Maybe even look like you're Lego, just saying help, 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 because probably European. You love to see this, trying to get people in the NA versus EU, because that works, and that Diplo does work. It's crazy, and I don't know where it started, but it'll definitely save you sometimes. Yeah, again, 79 income, 700 gold, more than the entire, lobby combined, I'm pretty sure at this point. This is going to be really hard for anybody to come back from. I think might be a quick game, and it's unfortunate because there are some pumpers in here, so you know that these people are able to register the fact that he's 83 income at this point. Mint just doing crazy Diplo, just the sheer gaslighting that's coming from Mint is just, it's what you like to see in a risk game. Purple still hitting green. It's crazy to see that everyone's still fighting. And they're just not really, and it's not going to end. Everybody still has a lot of tanks. Everybody's still, like, no one's dying, These fights are really poking, right? So you're really just spending your gold for not a lot of gain. And meanwhile, somebody's at 83 income. Yeah, I mean, Cole, Albie were cool. Ray were cool. Mint doing the positive Diplo. I think. At least thank you, Light Blue. Thank you for doing God's work, because this might not be a great push. You might want to be cutting these trees to get this better surround here. Maybe even cut this tree as well, considering you have this base. But because these knights are going to kind of tear up your front line a little bit. But at least you're doing something. Honestly, Mint coming in going to start. I'm sorry, Cole going to start helping against Mint. This war is kind of needing to end. It is absolutely necessary for that to stop going. Light Blue not cutting these trees, which is really doing him a disservice, because now it's kind of not looking too. I mean, Mint's still in a good position here as long as he gets these roars off. He's got a lot of mortars, and Light Blue has a very thin line here. Mint and Lavender pushing in. We love to see this. I think it's a little. It's not late. It's never too late here. But you do hate to see, hundreds of gold going into you as knights. So it does look like this is a little bit cursed. I'd probably pull back, get as much of this surround, even pull these units, because this is an SOS situation. All these tanks he spends. Oh my God, he was at 700 gold, goes down to 280, 260 as he just spends here. Yeah, you pull everything back, you get your line going again. The APM is going to be an issue here. I do think that this is a bit of a misplay by Mint. Just the sheer amount of gold that he is spending. It is knights. It might have worked against these players for the moment, but I think they just reevaluate their lines, they reset up, and then they slowly pick off these knights. LB still going through. It does look a little cursed because Mint responds with a shit ton of tanks. Still at 58 gold, 81 income, so this does look a little bit doomed. Somebody else needs to get in this fight. DG needs to be sailing to the south right now. You know that. I mean, if to me, I'm seeing Mint spend everything in the north. He only has 2 SS. You have a little bit of gold. Start loading up these things. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I forgot that he was fighting Teal. But they do peace. Nothing personal, you know for sure. And this is what we want to see. More people need to get involved in this. Otherwise, these three aren't going to live much longer. Well, at least LB's not. It does look like you could probably farm a little bit of this gold. Just start targeting these knights, and you might be able to survive a little bit. If you don't target these knights, they're just going to just destroy you. Look at things aren't going super well for here. They're kind of just coming in, but he does have a good left flank here. Mint does, I'm sorry, light blue kills a couple tanks, maybe gets this other one. Doesn't really have the goal. 182. This is a mistake, I think. I think you spend. I think you kill all of these tanks. He's got APM everywhere. He's got tanks. Unfortunately, Cole taking a lot of the brunt here with the tanks, but he will get a nice surround. I think he'll just farm this up here. Mint, yeah, I think it was a little bit of a blunder here. Mint spending so much gold in areas that he probably couldn't have held. Green ends up dying. Green, I think you did really well. I'd love to see you. I know you're off every time I stream. You're in the chat. Love you. Um, Sometimes that's just how it goes. You did team a little bit, but and I think Purple recognized that. But I think some of the choices you still made were smart. Deca, Deca's out 4v1. I'd like to see how this goes now. I feel a little bit safer now that this won't be a 40-minute game. Deca does just FF. I think he could have. Oh, maybe DG started hitting him, and that's why he FF'd. But he really did kind of just push everywhere all at once, and that might have not been smart. I think here in that situation, you sort of pick your targets, you pick who's the most dangerous, where you really want to sit. Yeah, and I think a lot of tanks in North Russia didn't do you any favors. I think I would have liked to have seen the more SS here. I think that would have been a stronger position. But honestly, you got 81 income really fast. You did great. So Lewis in the chat now, or so Lewis, I'm not exactly sure how to say it. Teabagger out as DG. He says he has to go. Kind of crazy that he did fight a lot. Teabagger doing a great job. I mean, he fought 4 people. Purple barreling into him. Emerald trying to grab some land in Spain and Portugal. Teal pushing into the Middle East, and I think he'll get this for free. I think what was a cursed position for Teal now is looking pretty nice because he gets to push into the Middle East for free. His main enemy was DG, and it doesn't look, I mean, he's gone, so it's not looking like he's going to have really any natural enemies left. Lavender struggling to get any more free land. Cole doing phenomenally as well. 1,700 basically. Did really, really great defenses, even though he did a great push into England. I'm sorry, England, Finland, Karelia. I'm thinking Cole's a really, really good player. Hard to say who out of everybody, but I mean, I'm kind of impressed by what he was able to do with so little and being teamed by the largest income. So looks like the map's just kind of picking at scraps at the moment, picking out teeth. I'm not sure why Purple isn't taking some of this island stuff. Maybe he doesn't want it. Maybe he's getting an M. I didn't really see it from chat. But yeah, it does look like M not only survives, but retakes all of his lost lands. And everybody's just kind of eating. I think this is going to be a moment where the map kind of settles down. Everybody kind of reevaluates. Everybody got big really quickly because 81 income is now dispersed to the masses. Again, it does look like Teal's going to take the brunt of a lot of that. But I think, again, no one's really looking at Teal at the moment as an enemy, right? I think he'll look really scary in a few minutes, so that's going to change. But as he's kind of expanding, I might even give this up if somebody hits me, because now you kind of got a free Middle East with the FF from Deca. So unfortunately, Lav wasn't able to capitalize on his borders. He did get quite a bit of income, but not as much as you'd probably like to see. Cole getting pretty much nothing. Cole did originally have, I'm pretty sure, most of this. Mint just kind of stealing it from him. So Cole really does take the brunt end of the stick in this fight, even though he did kill a lot of tanks. He had to deal with a lot of knights. So you really hit to see when you do a lot of work there, and unfortunately you don't really get to take any of the credit for it. Teal not doing a lot of the work. He did he did just a small little Bosnia push. We thank him for pushing, but it's kind of crazy the risk reward. He really didn't have to do much, and then ends up being top income after with still more income to take. He still has another +3, +2, 5. He takes this. Well, TG, this is going to be hard for him, but he still has a lot of income left to take. Cole going into, hard to tell what this is. Maybe he just gave them, but M taking back all the islands. Purple taking Ireland back, you know, as he did give this to Emerald to survive. Maybe this partnership kind of comes to an end after this. Who knows for sure. Cole, I'm gonna look at chat real quick 'cause I'm not sure if light blue. Yeah, take Len and Cole. Do like to see that. We like to see positive Diplo. Now is the time for alliances, especially Teal. The fact that Teal isn't really talking to anybody yet, I think, is kind of a blunder because you're kind of looking scary. You're at 53 income. Maybe you start fostering some relationships. Maybe giving light blue some land or something, just because you're not exactly sure. Oh wow, all these SS still here. I don't even know how they got all the way over here. Maybe because he pulled them. But yeah, it's gonna do some nice. Wow, we love to see this. It's just some nice farming from him. Maybe he loses a little bit. You'd like to see these keep filling up and reloading, just so you can get sort of a max own DPS going. But I guess it really doesn't matter. He does pop up another SS to feed onto this. But again, yeah, we start to see the lobby sort of die down. I think there's still a lot of pumpers into this lobby. I know that we still have Madmartigan. Pretty sure Mappy's still in here, and Minna. That I think You Got Wrecked is still here. You Got Wrecked? Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, I missed this. You Got Wrecked was red. That's a shame. I forget what happened here. I love You Got Wrecked. I've seen him play. He's kind of insane. And I love that he has been kind of a pumper in these NA lobbies recently. Love to see it. I get a little bit of a break. Gonna drink some water. Oh, now we start to see the Diplo kind of come out. Purple initializing it makes me wonder what his goal is. Usually this means war for me. Like if somebody asks me peace and yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna start going into Germany soon. Um, yeah, I feel like he's gonna ask. Oh no, he's gonna be, what does he miss? Oh, in Ireland. So still, I think Emerald and Purple are gonna have a nice season alliance. Gray and Purple haven't had too much interaction. I haven't really seen them talk to each other at all. I'm sure they pieced at one point in the beginning of the game, but no, as an A player, I don't want Europe. Love to see this. We did see this in the last tournament. There was a lot of people hunting down all the EU players. Um, Everybody was trying to suss out EU players. Some EU players accidentally using their native keyboard characters, right? So we had people in German, and I think I forgot what the other one was, but you know, making it very obvious that they weren't NA players, so they got hunted down pretty quick. Um, I don't want Germ. Um, Hard to say. I mean, you say you don't want Germ, but then you put, a bunch of tanks and mortars and knights here. The only reason why you might think he might not do it is just because he isn't cutting these trees. So everybody's sort of slowed down a little bit, which I get. It's been 40 minutes of straight pumping. We have a bunch of people out. Two of the pumpers are still in here. Um, and now people are trying to suss out what to do next. The movement from purple might be realigning. Might be dangerous. If purple takes this fight, Emerald, I think, kinda isn't gonna help, which is fine. But I think Emerald would get bullied by Teal because his biggest helper is gonna be let's fight big boy Teal. Oh, he's just a pumper. He doesn't give a shit. This person Teal's at 61 income. He doesn't even care. It's gonna be surprising here. We obviously see the golds here. 3 SS. I don't think Teal has made an SS yet. Um, and gets the grease drop. I'm sorry, gets the grease port. Everything here, loaded transport seems to be going away. I don't know what Teal's plan is here. I think he's afraid that he's been small all game. He does have a lot of gold, but he doesn't know how much other people have. So he might just be a little bit worried to commit to the SS, which is totally understandable. Um, So, oh, no, he does. He just wanted to bait these in. You love to see this a little bit. Maybe he gets this. It's going to get a drop, though. He might lose some damage. I think he does get out as long as he gets out now. Oh, he does lose this SS. That's rough to see. He can pop out another one, which I think he should. I think in this instance, you just full spend everything you have. You do have both groups. He does have a roar here. Both groups are roared. 4 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 versus 9, plus these tanks coming in. I think Emerald's regretting his decision here. I loved this play by Teal. He backed up a little bit. We do see Germany starting getting under fire. I think this was a good move by Purple. You really wanted to wait until another war was happening. Emerald, this is rough for Emerald. You losing all of these SS. You really didn't get too much damage. Okay, you win, chill, some Diplo going on. I think as Teal, because Purple is busy, and because LB is busy, the two biggest people near you, you just kill Emerald. You just say, screw it, this is for my KD. He does snipe his own SS. You love to see that. Killing your SS so your enemy doesn't get the bounty for it. That's pro level move. Chill, big bro. Purple doing better than Green did when pushing LB. LB had a great defense against Green up in Poland, but I think this is just going to be a lot harder for him to get through. Does look like LB's not entirely spending. Again, in this situation, you steal bases. You steal Teal is busy in the south. You need this for the surround. Easter Bunny told me that he yelled at me while I was fighting because I didn't do shit like this. I wasn't always getting the advanced bases and the surrounding bases to really make fights favorable for me. So right now, you see LB's taking a lot of damage. He's surrounded, and it's not looking good. He finally does spend a little bit of money, and I'm sure we're going to see a purple retaliation. Unfortunately, light blue spends a lot of money for these tanks. Oh, doesn't save this one, it doesn't look like, but it's not being targeted. You still have time. And another tank, 2 tanks lost. Emerald saying he's going on 80 income, getting mopped up here. Kind of had an early drop. Hard to see. Maybe he was trying to stop these boats from coming in. Purple falling back as blue spends the rest of his bank. Yeah, and here the retaliation of Purple is also spending a big chunk of his bank. It's going to be a tank versus tank war, but Purple doesn't really have the mortars to support, but LB doesn't have the micro. We've seen a lot of tanks die from LB right now, and this is what you want to see. You want to see, people isolating these tanks as much as possible. If you have more, just use them, target a little bit, be smart, and slowly but surely knock them all out. Emerald down to 3 SS, still has 90 gold, but not really worth spending anything more. It does look like, oh, no, he does have the swaps. I do see this, but yeah, that's crazy. You swapped it, it went back into the fight, and then you lose this one. It was almost a great play, but it looks like you're taking a lot of damage here. A lot of focus fire, it looks like. This one's going to go, unless you get the swap off. He doesn't. This one's next. He does start bringing these back. Both of these players, a little bit lacking on the micro. Kind of like a no man's land, everybody for themselves, it looks like here. It's just people need to be pulling back their units. Teal does see this, he does pull it back. Lavender, this is a smart move by Lavender. You get these wallets for free, you have a good surround, maybe get another roar and some healers, and this is a good push for you. You really want to eat all of that. Purple's tanks are hurt. Both of them still sitting on a little bit of gold. This is looking more and more cursed by the second as light blue's back line is just stuck or just full of mortars with no oh, he does get this base. You spawn here, you do everything you can. Please just spawn on this base, please. I don't know, he doesn't even have to fight it, he just has to run into it. Oh my god, look at how much you get that little base, and it surrounds, and it did enough damage. It does turn the tide of the battle a little bit, but you really needed to spend as much gold as possible. The only way that LB really recovers from this is by really picking off every single one of these tanks, getting the bounties, and then full pushing back into this. Again, he has this. You really need to kill every single one of these tanks, targeting. And two tanks down, maybe a third, maybe a fourth here. Both of these people just losing dozens of tanks. And this is, oh my god, this is like World War II with all these tanks dying. Light blue losing these here's. To me, when you get to like this amount of health is when this thing sees the back line and never is seen again. Because you don't want to gain, you don't want your enemy to gain momentum because of the kill bonus, and which it looks like LB is. The more of these tanks he kills, the more gold he's getting, the more he's getting his fighting bonus up, and it's just slowly but surely going to turn into a snowball, I think, from LB, unless Purple, yeah, starts drawing these out. I mean, these are one shot. You sneeze on these and they die. Emerald still seems to be holding here. Teal doesn't seem to be making huge advance, and that could be because his APM is a little bit busy. Teal spending a bit of his bank for, wow, a decent amount of tanks to be shoved out of there. Not looking so good for Purple as he gets the income back from Germany, maybe even Belgium. So he does get that +6 at the end of the turn, bringing him to a 42 and Purple to a 38. This SS is taking too much damage. You really don't. This happens a lot because the aggro happens. You know, you're just slowly getting ticked down, and you lose really a good chunk of everything. Navy, Navy. We do look at the end of Navy here. Just get that roar off. Does look like Gray's doing a better job of focus firing. Doesn't even roar. Oh, that's tragic. I think we're seeing the death of Navy here. Lav losing this base here. I think a problem with Lav. Teal's doing an okay job here just because he has these tanks. He has a little bit of this backline. When you're fighting tanks and you don't have tanks, really these mortars are your saving grace, and especially you need the roars continuously firing upon. But he is doing a good job of targeting. Teal does micro, even though he is fighting on multiple fronts. Purple sort of stopping this push. Oh, Purple and LB they do a piece. I didn't really see it. Navy. You see the death of Navy. I think he killed his own ship there, which you like to see. You really don't want to give your enemies gold, so sometimes people really opt out on killing their own ships. Navy's, I believe, dead here. No one's died in a little bit. I think it's been 8 minutes since someone's died, maybe even more. But I think the first one to happen to is to Navy, so I think we'll be seeing his name in a moment. Hard to tell who it was. He was small, extra hammer. GG's, man. It was definitely rough when a bigger person just bombs a bunch of SS on you. Emerald asking for a piece on Teal. I don't know if I take this. It does seem like Teal's winning this fight, and I don't know. This is a hard one. I don't know if I was light blue. I don't know if I would take this piece, only because these tanks are going to haunt you in your nightmares sometime in the future, right? So Teal going to piece Lav instead. Lav probably taking this piece out of bank. There's still tanks on his back line. Purple, yeah, you got too many tanks, but they're dead. I mean, they're so. You got some money. We're fighting better. Well, his KD was better. Um, can one have too many tanks? Absolutely. When I see tanks on the map, I kind of want to go for those people, right? I think. I was so loose in the chat saying when see two people fight, everyone starts fighting, so action packed. Absolutely. It's usually all it takes is one domino to fall, and everybody else is just off to the races when it comes to action. I think Cole's gonna hit Lavender. I don't know what's happening here. He looks like he's cutting down these trees. Teal seems to be cleaning up. I don't hate this move by Cole, just because Lavender's pretty spent. Um, but at the same time, you know that Lavender is an enemy of Teal. Teal kind of getting in that position that Mint was in a lot. Oh, we're back. We're back at it. We're back here fighting. Back here with no roars from. We have left flank roared, right or mid flank not roared, and right flank now roared from Purple. LB needs to get his mortars roared, especially all of these so close to death. We like to see this. He's starting to target. They're knocking. There's too many tanks here and too many to swap. We love to see this. Purple is going to lose a lot of gold here. Oh my god, 2 more tanks dead. Another one at the brink of death, but it looks like he's trying to go back into the fight with it. Light Blue's line is getting really thin. Again, what happens to me, I do this all the time. My rifleman line dies, I don't even notice it, and my mortars are being night rushed. And this seems exactly what's happening. So all of these mortars, I mean, this is almost as bad as Purple losing his tanks, because when these mortars die, that's 3 gold each, and Purple is now getting that gold bonus again. People really sometimes don't see it that they're feeding, and that's one of the biggest mistakes in Risk. When you start feeding your opponent and it's such close incomes and you guys are sitting at such close bank, that's when, oh my god, like every single one of his mortars are dead. Like that's a tragedy just because these tanks are still alive. Purple still has his mortars up. Cole probably not hitting. I missed this, but I think Cole's just ready for a Teal fight. I think this is the right thing. You ask for some land, you say, hey, I'll take this front for you, you just give me this South Russia, and call it a day. It looks like he loses, or Teal takes Spain, Emerald losing it. Emerald sitting at 20 gold. Gray coming somewhere. I think Gray, we're going to see a drop in Spain from Gray. And we see Cole and Gray probably once enemies, probably going to allies now. As Cole or as Gray seems to be on the rescue for Emerald. Teal probably seeing this, probably realizing that this is a bad spot for him, going to the Strait of Gibraltar. I think Teal's in trouble here because I think Cole's a good player. Gray, I think, got his KD padded a little bit just because of that Navy push. Again, Light Blue doing God's work, just freaking roar. Oh my God, I just want to tell you to roar, and you're golden. Okay, that's all we need. He does have these SS traps, so it does. I mean, I think as purple, you just spend your gold here. Yep, here you go. You do a little bit of a rush. Um, Again, you really want this back line, specifically Roared, start taking these outer line bases, start making sure you have the biggest surround that you can possibly do. Maybe you don't have to spend all your gold, yeah, but probably here. You want to spend gold to make sure that you can defend these, because these majors are dangerous. They're just like knights. They come in and they just destroy riflemen, and the night rush as well. So you saw this. I mean, Light Blue had a little bit of a front here, and it just gets decimated. But I don't. At the end of the day, I don't think it'll matter. I think Light Blue will kind of wrap this up in the south, and then be able to turn on the north. He does start spending here. We do like to see that. Lav getting into Turkey. Teal somehow having a shit ton of tanks that he hasn't been using yet. Bull with another shit ton of tanks. This tank meta has been insane. People are just going through it. People are just spending tanks like they're candy. Love to see it. And people getting better. I think, a couple months ago, tanks were kind of seen as evil and seen as like, how do I fight these? How do they die? And slowly but surely the skill gap is raising between players so that they're being able to handle these large tank battles. Emerald does get saved. Purple looking like he's on a piece again. I don't know who broke this piece last time. Maybe it was Light Blue. Maybe it was Purple. It's hard to tell. I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately. Maybe somebody in chat can tell me. Um, but this is looking good for Light Blue. He does have kind of not the best position, but at least these two look, I think the word's amicable. They're looking friendly, at least on paper. So again, just want to see this being roared, and this would be a great fight for you. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's cutting the trees, maybe cut a little bit more, and then start spending on this bottom base, because the bigger surround, the better. And you have the gold to do it. You still have 476. Teal doesn't have the gold, doesn't have the back line, doesn't have the roars. You can push this. But the longer you wait for this and not spend your gold, the more damage this is doing to your army, which again isn't a lot because, oh, he just FFs. Purple out of the game. Dignity for sale. Second person in about, I don't know, 14 minutes. That's gone. Navy being the last person out. This looks good. I want my boy Madmartigan to win this. I don't know where he's at. I kind of wish I did. Yeah. Oh, he said. So yeah, he told Perp he wanted to get those tanks. So by that I'm assuming that you're saying LB started the war back. Which is smart. You really don't want to let tanks live. The worst thing you can see is 20 tanks here. They're all low and hurt, and you had the means to kill them and just didn't. Big SS battle happening here. Gray does have bank. He does have the bank. He does have the spawns, the drops, everything here. Teal has a better left flank, but Gray has a better right flank. These drops coming in here. I don't know how this is gonna go. Gray still losing some, Teal losing some. Dodge it. A little bit of a roar. He did not get the roar off. Bull pushing in, taking Turkey basically. Big SS fight still going on. Both Teal, okay, they are microing. This isn't a good fight for Teal. Now that you see that this is sort of getting wiped up, Emerald dropping on you, you have your tanks over here. Like, you're just getting wiped in this situation. I think we're going to see, even with a cold piece on Teal, like, we're seeing the death of Teal here. Too many people don't like you. Laugh sitting here in the middle, probably just going to slowly but surely with his 0 gold and 12 income, now at 14. He's slowly going to just eat your middle. Yeah, and I think LB not jumping in on this might kind of bite him in the butt, only because the remaining players besides LB are now friends, right? Oh, Dignity with the disconnect purple. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It does happen. That does make sense. Because you did peace and then you left. And you still had some SS left. So hate to see it. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Good fights. Um, sad to see you go. But yeah, light blue seems to be kind of going. He has a decent amount of SS, still a decent amount of true. Actually, no, his ground army's not looking too great. Teal getting rushed off. I think Gray did a little bit of a mistake by not blocking the Strait of Gibraltar here. You really want to make sure that you're spawning. Even just trapping one is great. Oh, but he does have the tanks coming through. It does get a couple hits. You'd like to see. Okay, yeah, Teal's is looking rough. He does hit his own. Wow, we have seen so many suicided SS this game, which again I love to see. I feel like I haven't seen that a lot recently, and in this game I think I've seen 4 players do it individually. I think Emerald did it. I think I saw Teal do it. Navy did it. Maybe one others. Um, Again, not something that's a little bit rare, but happens a lot this game. So loving to see it. Cole does get the Middle East. Emerald also getting pieces of the pie. It just looks cursed for Lav. Um, Gray kind of in a bad spot. He simultaneously has all the lands that I hate the most in the game, right? So he has Norway, Sweden, Greenland, Spain, and these islands. I hate pretty much all of that with a burning passion, but he does have the gold to kind of back it up. Um, so yeah, definitely Mooch's piece, Gray piece, Teal. Wow, that's a little nuts. Teal piecing Gray. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you only have 4 SS left. You have a bunch of SS everywhere. You know that people are still eating. I think it would have been in your best interest to just murder him. It would have been difficult, but fortunately you have every port in the north. Um, so I think here you just try to put him on nomad timer and just run him down. Teal struggling, doing a last defense here. Probably isn't going to spend anything. He's just going to hold with what he has, which, he'll do some damage. I think he's taking, 2 tower damage maybe, one for sure. Um, and LB really doesn't have any gold, so gonna take his 3rd tower damage. The tanks being targeted. This is when you need to be careful here, right? You need to target tanks, but you need to make sure that you don't just suicide your units on accident. Yeah, Teal went from top dog to being destroyed, Silua says, and I agree. Um, Monsalo asks, do we have 10 top NA players? I think we do. I think it's really hard to say who they are. I think it's been said before that EU technically, like, EU has the best players, right? You have Toads, you have Soxer, you have Easter Bunny. Um, but I think NA has a lot of mid-tier players. I think there's mid to upper tier players that aren't quite considered, A or S tiered, but I think there's just a shit ton of B and C tiers from NA. So I don't really have a top 10 because I think the waters get a little muddy with NA players. It's hard to tell who's better than who. But I think NA players are slept on because there's a lot of good technical players. Again, they might not be roaring at the same APM that Soxu and Easter are playing at, but they're still making good technical decisions and they're still playing well. Yeah, like I said, Teal had enough here. He didn't even have to really spend. I think he made a little bit of mortars, and that was enough to kind of wipe a lot of this push. Tanks. Oh no, no, you hate to see it. You make ground. I think he was smart. He didn't really spend here because I think it's inevitable that you die. I think you just try to go out fighting and swinging and get as many kills as you want, or as can physically do. Um, oh, I see now. You say we need top 10 NA players versus top 10 EU. Yeah, I think, don't tell the NA players. I think the EU take that, to be honest with you. Top NA versus top EU. Um, but I think the NA would put up a good fight. Especially if we get some of our people who are retired, right? If we get Eric back into the game, we have Red Blood, we have Nurla, we have Poo Monkey, who needs to get back into the game. We have some swingers, right? Some of them are just a little bit rusty, and give them like a couple weeks of playing, and they'll be back out there throwing haymakers. That's true. Nurla is saying Easter isn't EU. That's very true. Somebody followed for Twitch. Let me see. I might have missed. That was DK sub has followed. Thank you so much for the follow. We really appreciate that. Sala saying, "You mean Who Monkey?" Very true, Poo Monkey. Where are you? I know you're listening. I need you to, step up the game of playing either in TGs, FFAs. I need a Poo Monkey game. I need it with all my soul. Uh, I regret to say it, but I called the Poo Monkey out for a one-on-one, thinking that he was a little washed up. The man hadn't played in 2 months. We did a 1v1 and he turned 2 me at 30 income. And I almost fucking died. I fucking passed out. He hasn't played in months and embarrasses me like that. Hate to see it. So Pumaki still has the technical knowledge, but I think he is a little new to some of the Diplo strats that are happening. Emerald the Aggressor twice already, doing some Diplo. Both, I'll be saying some facts here. Just yeah, we're starting to see a slowdown of the map. Interested to see what happened here. I'm glad he got these tanks out of the way. He did some work with these tanks. I think even though Teal's negative KD at the moment, that just happens when 3-4 people are just shoving themselves into you. I think he did the best that he possibly could with what he was given. But again, I think we saw the same mistake. I think you really want to focus one player down in those types of situations where he was trying to fight. He had tanks over in Turkey while he also had SS fighting Emerald. I think he was so close to killing Emerald. Emerald just sitting at Purple still having some bases. But yeah, he was so close to killing Emerald. He basically only had Algeria and then like a left Morocco base, maybe that top of Tunisia, and then he was dead. And I think that's where you spend that. You try to kill as many people as possible who are killing you off for any saving grace. But nonetheless, we do see him kind of retreat into Ireland. He does have those 4 SS and a few or 5 tanks, and maybe the backing of LB. It's hard to tell for certain, but we're looking at stalled map as people start to diplo a little bit. Asking for some trades. Easter a part of the weakest region. You say that earlier, and it's true. But the fact that Easter is in that region, like him himself, he kind of boosts it up. You know what I mean? Like we could see, I guess, an ME win just because he's Easter, right? One person represents, and that's enough because he's just freaking Easter. He plays a lot. He's one of the best players in the game, and he, I guess pound for pound, the Middle East is looking strong. I don't know if this was given away. I might have missed this. Emerald has kind of been a little bit cheeky. I've seen him kind of take lands. I don't know if this was given to him. It probably was. He came and saved him. Maybe I just missed this. Great. I don't know. Hey, I like to see it. There's no real reason why Gray needs these lands. I don't think Gray comes and tests the waters down south. No, yeah, Tunerla does say 3v3 for the Middle East versus US, no shot for the MA. Yeah, that's true. But if there was another 1v1 tournament, it's not uncommon for there to be, ME winner. And again, it's just because of Easter. Just built different. Sad to see you not in here, Tunerla. Obviously, an NA lobby. Love to see you as a pumper. One of the greats on the NA side. But still been a good game, even though we didn't really have some great people. Like Red Blood didn't return for this, and you can't blame him. He just played a 4-hour game last week. Two Nerlin on this game, like Anders wasn't in this. Some huge pumpers still missing, but we still have a great game, even though some trades happening where Lav gets the Middle East and Cole starts to come back into his Russian roots, which I think is probably smart. Cole has a huge tank army, doesn't have any SS, so if he's, you know, him having Turkey, Syria, all of this, I mean, it gets cut. He loses a crap ton of income just from 2 SS alone. Um, so I think this is a smart trade. But not the best for Lav. I think Lav doesn't really have a choice. Um, I think we see an Emerald push into Lavender. At least that's what I would like to see. Just because Lavender's a little bit weak. Katie's a little bit lacking. Yours is still pretty good. You have gold in the bank. You're more income. Kind of want these lands anyway. So I think it's in your best interest to just kind of push. Yeah, Nurla, I'm gonna really try to make it a weekly thing as much as I can. I'm also gonna try to supplement. If I can't cast it, I'll try to find somebody NA to cast it. I know Red Blood has been interested and some other people, so I'm going to do my damnedest to make this a weekly thing. Um, oh, overtime, looking at 131. Um, Slowly but surely going down. It's been 7 minutes now. Um, still Still not enough to be kind of dangerous yet. Overtime doesn't really get dangerous until like you get to the 100 mark, in my opinion, because people are really good at seeing other people at 100 cities. Um, Hell yeah, Nerla, I'd love to see you every week. Obviously, you, Red Blood, uh, probably some of the strongest that we have in NA at the moment, in my opinion. No, no, no. Yeah, we're gonna try for. I can't promise anything, but we're gonna try. Um, Not sure what happened there. Still has his tanks. They're just slowly but surely healing up. This makes me a little bit nervous. I think I would have grabbed an armored transport and try to get them back into safe with my SS. But again, hard to say what the play is here. People slowly but surely maneuvering things across the board. LB moved a lot of his units to the Germany-Poland line. Not exactly sure what the intention was here. But we're looking at a little bit of a sitting fest. But again, I don't mind this. It's been a lot of action. Really, we had to sit down for like I think like 2 turns, and then action happened. And again, it's just that one domino that falls, and then everything kind of pops off after that. So I think what I would see, what I think I would like to see is Emerald. Yeah, pew 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 lab. Emerald dive bombing into lab. I think would be my favorite. Um, which does seem to be what's happening. A-Ship's crazy. Maybe he's just playing around, messing around, because obviously this isn't a real hit. Oh, Lav responds with 2 SS. I think this is a blunder. Um, oh my god, I forgot about OSB. Vic, I'm not actually sure. I've heard Vic's great. I don't think I've seen him in a lot of games. Um, so I'm not exactly sure where his level is. But obviously OSB being on that top tier NA list. Um, OSB, I know to be a busy man though, so I'm not sure how often we'll see him. Um, yeah, this was funny to me. I don't like this out of Lavender. You've been out income for a while now, and then oh, maybe he lost his SS. Maybe this wasn't as bad of a decision as I had previously thought. It's full. Oh no. Yeah, okay, so this ended up still being a bad decision for Lavender. Again, I think they're just playing around. We'll just watch it because there's nothing going on at the moment. But yeah. Oh, then Chris Risk. Oh, and then there's Risk, who's also a phenomenal NA player. Wow, all the NA names kind of just lost me for a second, apparently. Um, yeah, I mean, I think Risk is a little bit slept on. I do. Risk, not Chris Risk. Um, he definitely has a play style that gets him victories, to be honest with you. He's aggressive sometimes, and he really knows how to play. I get into an SS battle with him, and I don't think I have the micro, to be honest. I think he beats me on a lot of the games that we play. I think if him and I are fighting, he'll beat me like 9 times out of 10. So absolutely a pumper for sure, and somebody we would love to see in these NA lobbies. This is slowly but surely going down on the timer. 127 now. Um, I'm really curious to see who pops this off. Teal is still a threat, though. I think he's sitting here, or sort of forgetting about him, forgetting that, you know, he might have been as big as he once was. But the thing about these players is, like, he didn't forget. He's not forgetting who hit him, who took him in, and who is on his shit list. So, Gray's still moving some loaded transports to the south, maybe for an emerald push. I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's no real indicator on who wants to hit who besides this little fight that we had here, which wasn't a fight, or just like a little joke that they were playing on each other. Take UK. Um, I think that's a little dangerous for Teal taking the UK. I think staying small. Oh, Gray invade. Thank you for shouting that because I almost missed it. Yeah, this is what you want to see. A lot of tanks going in. Emerald's not going to be really able to do anything here. Oh, Lav pounces. The second Gray hits, Lav is out here taking Emerald's lands. Again, the person who did anything was Emerald. He just did a little jokingly poked with A ships, and you know that's enough to get you hit. The positive Diplo from Teal. I'm sorry for light blue, pushing into Teal or taking lands from light blue, which just solidify this alliance to be a little bit stronger. Yeah, I actually don't know what I would do here as Emerald. I think it's just your time is up. People kind of are just choosing you to die now, and I don't know if we'll see LB or Cole really doing anything about it. Yeah, you'll have the. He does have a lot of fucking troops. This is kind of a crazy. And he's got a lot of gold. I think in a 1v1, Emerald beats Lavender, especially if Gray pieces him right now. But I think that's unlikely. I think Gray just continuously murders M till death, obviously. And I think that's the right thing to do. You already have somebody who was big, who's getting bigger now, who doesn't like you. So now we're gonna have to kill everybody in this game who might have a beef with you. So you can't leave stuff like this. You can't just let it and be like, oh, M's gonna forgive me, because he's not. He's gonna remember this. Um, yeah, Tuner was saying there's even more great players who don't even play anymore. Very true, very true. Um, love to see some of the old timers come back, because definitely some names out there that are slept on. Some of these are still fill, not too many, I don't think. Some artillery, that's dangerous. Put this on the pebbles. Spending here, he continuously spends getting hit by these, a full surround, but no roar for either sides. Yeah, I think there's nothing really Emerald can. Still has a bunch of bank, isn't really paying attention to this base. Is he going to get it? He's pushing into it. No, he does see it last second, but you know, I would hate to be Emerald here, right? Oh my god, so many tanks. Oh, and he just spends on more tanks. This is not the fight I think I'd like to see, only because you're being surrounded. Two, you can't even spawn things on this base. Gray is targeting on these, and he's making more. Oh my, Emerald. Emerald is just gonna get eaten up here. This is always a tricky one. It's really hard to tell if this is a good idea or not sometimes, but I think in this situation, when someone drops a shit ton of tanks on you, you just fall back with your lots of gold and pray that someone saves you. But I think those prayers are going to go on deaf ears as he loses most of the health on these tanks. And unfortunately, it does look like we see the death of Emerald. Emerald kept the game moving. I do really appreciate that. He was hitting people. Every time there was fighting on the map, he was out there slugging it away. Positive KD, which might change after the death of all these tanks. He does hold this back a little bit, doing a little bit better than I thought he was doing. But again, I think this is inevitable, is the reason why I'm not a big fan. I think I would like to take better fights maybe in this position in Egypt, which can also be a shit show. Yeah, and no roar on this side, looking dangerously thin on here as we push into the north from Palestine. I think Lavender should be cutting these trees because this is just a thick line and you're taking tower damage. So you really need to cut these trees and get a better surround here. Emerald just doing it. Emerald defending. which is a little unfortunate just because all of his tanks are on the left-hand side. Gray trying to get as many shots as he can. I'm not sure if he's seeing this. This will take a long time to kill. He does. Great, great eye there as he kind of pulls back, getting that artillery out of the field. You'd love to see a little bit of a stronger line on this side. I think what I would like to see, this is just hard. This is a really hard defense because of these trees that are being cut. I think if Lavender was really just doing, just 10% more, just spending a little bit of that gold, he would have a good defense here. Emerald try and do any Diplo that he can. Let me fight Lav. I think I take that. I know I just talked about murdering people, and how you should kill them and not let things slide. But I think I say yes, but what I really mean is no, I say yes, I get some of these tanks off this front line because you know that he's going to have to move them back to kill Lav. And as soon as Lav starts losing ground, which I think he inevitably will if Gray's not helping, that's as Gray, then I drop all my tanks and and take all of this land, which is a shit rat play, but I think it's just, the easiest thing that gets you the most land. Without having to overspend. Something that I haven't really talked about is the gold counts. Light blue and coal sitting super healthy. Similar golds and similar income, sort of. Yeah, I think we're gonna start. This is unfortunate. We see more. Wow. Wow, he even has. This is no. This is emotional damage. I would just cry silent tears as I see this, and I don't think he does see it. I think he's just should let them fight Gray. I agree. Oh my god. Oh my god, just all of these are just brutal. I really hope Emerald's not Madmartigan because I really want you to win, Mad, and this is a brutal way to go out if it does. Yeah, light blue. Man, it's bullshit. Let him fight. Yeah, Cole and light blue telling him what I think should happen. I think they should light. Yeah, all right. No shit, all right. When somebody basically like combined 3,000 gold just told you to stop. Yeah, you have to stop. Yeah, unfortunate. His tanks are low, so it's not even like a lot of these can do a lot of damage in the Middle East. Obviously, these are still necessary. LB pushing in to Lav. I think if Gray sees this, I think he'll just go on and continue on just because Gray did. I love it. I love the Terrace Diplo. I think this is enough tanks, and if you play it smartly, you can probably kill some of these as long as you had some artillery kind of helping you out. But if you don't have all of these in the fight, then they're slowly going to be picked off. Emerald at 37 gold, 12 income versus 50 and 83 gold. You get this. Oh, that'd be a good base steal, but not going to get it. These ones are making me nervous here. Again, you really want to see roars. I don't think it's enough. I think we pull all these back, try to push them into Syria, and pray to God that you can push north. I think this is correct. Lav didn't spend here. You really want to focus fire, especially with all these tanks still alive. Even if you lose a good chunk of your lands to do it, I think you kill the person who you set off to kill. Otherwise, you're gonna waste so much of your APN trying to micro 2 different fights. Monsala ready to get M out of here. Very fair. Light blue saying to Cole, feel like you're just waiting to hit me. Ooh, I see a win angle from EG here. I really do. As long as these tanks are actually firing, as long as you're roaring your lines, which you're not, which is very, very unfortunate. Maybe a couple more mortars. I think you could snowball here as long as you really played this well. You do get these out of here, which is exactly what you need to do. You need to deny Lav the kill bonus, right? Which is how he stays in this fight. As long as Lav's not making money off of this fight, you can come back. Just because of the sheer amount of tanks that you have, but you have to roar. He's got a left flank. Oh no, he does. He's got everything roared, which is looking pretty good now. I think I'd like to see. You gotta spend it all though. Still 24 gold. Yeah, 15 gold now. So yeah, spend it all. It just needs to be out of your bank account. Same thing with Lavender. Lavender could win this fight if he just spent, but it's looking like he's just hesitating here, and it's looking really bad for Lav now. Again, you'd like to see a couple more roars going off, and these tanks did exactly what they were supposed to do. They might not be so healthy right now, but they took the damage so that your other units, your black line, could do more. Just need to roar these, or well, this fight will turn for you very quickly if you don't roar here, because Lavender is allowed to get this surround, and your tanks seem to be in the back, very, very hurt. So please, for the love of Christ, roar, get this guy back a little bit more. But it's, yeah, I don't know why Lavender's not spending here. I'd love to see a better front line. Maybe he's worried that somebody else is gonna just hit him in the back, so he's not committed to the fight. But I don't know. And now he does spend. He does put a bunch of tanks. Tanks maybe not my favorite. I don't know where his spawns are going. He does look like he's got a few spawns. They're coming in. He's got some spawns in Turkey that I'd like to see. This is cursed. Even these 3 tanks, I know he spent, but I think at this point you want to pull back a little bit, make sure you get a couple of rounds of spawns going, because Emerald's snowballing, and that's a very dangerous thing, especially when he's microing his tanks. Light blue and Cole have been diploing a little bit. Hit you just so you know. Okay, cool, I trust you since we stopped mint, you know. So I think they're doing positive diplo? Yeah, they're doing positive diplo to each other. Teal kind of going unnoticed here, sitting at a good chunk of gold here. Loving the fact that everybody here kind of watching this fight. I mean, I don't love that fact. Oh, are you trying to take this? I'd be really upset. You. Oh, okay. Yeah, but Teal going under the radar, kind of just collecting gold. Light blue, kind of collecting gold. You almost wish that Lav would ask for a piece, even though I don't think M should take it. But you want to see that there's something going on here, because it's not going your way, and this is a snowball. M needs to be pushing though. I think the more that you wait as M, like he's double your income. You have the snowball advantage. You keep pressing into them until, yeah, like now he's getting this line set up. He's getting everything going. You fuck it. You roar. You just, yeah, you go. You fucking go. Get everything that you can, because it is your only advantage. Positive Diplo coming from Cole to Emerald. I think the big 3, Gray, Light Blue, and Cole, are kind of just, yeah, I think this is a little bit too late. I don't think as M you should take this. Maybe, yeah, maybe that's a good demand, because I think you don't have the SS to fight him. I'm loving this. I'm loving this Emerald. I would love to see an Emerald come back. I would love to see him kind of just duke this out and go for the win somehow. I don't think he has the best angle for this, especially. Oh, he loses. No, okay, he sees it. I thought this was going to be sour, but it does look like he's pretty quick with this. Just only lose the Azure base and then has enough tanks here to spare. Calls the MPs. I don't think Lavender saw the Turkey demand from Emerald, so maybe that was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but I think this only works in Emerald's favor, because now that he actually has bases, he has kind of more of a leg to stand on. I'm going to take a quick drink. Doesn't get it at the end of this turn. It does look like Lav's going to take some of this land back from Light Blue. It was offered. I think we're going to see a little bit more sitting now. The big 3 right now, sitting at a lot of gold each. I don't like sitting, right? But I kind of am interested in where this gold's going to be spent. Because I think really the only person who has SS at the moment is Gray. So I don't know if we'll see a lot of SS this game, right? Because we have 4 from Lavender, Emerald's broke, and really Gray already has the advantage on SS. So it's really hard to say what's going to happen. I mean, Teal does have a few, but again, he's been so small, it doesn't have a lot of gold, so it's not really worth maybe to pump them out. So I think we're going to see a lot of tanks. Cole already has a lot. Not a lot. He's got a few. Light blue. Light blue lost a lot of tanks. You can't forget that light. Oh, I didn't see that. Maybe he gave him. Oh yeah, yeah. I just had to scroll down. But yeah, so some more income for Emerald. I think this is smart. You want some positive Diplo. Um, People often will say to kill players that have, positive KDs. If they're really good players, just get them out of the game as fast as possible. If, like don't take them as a pirate. You want ship pirates. People say that often. I don't know. I feel like I disagree. I feel like keeping Emerald alive is a good thing, right? He seems like a solid player. He seems like he knows what he's doing. And if you give him land, like there's two people already that he hates, right? He doesn't like Lav, and Gray stole all of this land from him. So um, I like to use them as heat-seeking missiles and then just point them in the different direction. Because I think he remembers this, right? I think you stood up for him. You said, Gray, stop now. You gave him land, so you got like +2 Diplo. With he's taking everything out of here. Oh my god, I'm ready for this. 111 on the overtime. I think, like I said, this games I think gets settled a lot in the 100 mark, especially when there's few people left. City count to pump 3k gold into each other seems so. I love that from Teal. 10k gold minimum. NA doesn't sit. Um, he says that, but I mean, besides Lav and Emerald, like if there wasn't that fight, this would have been a lot of sitting. Yeah, this is always a negative Diplo move when you put stuff on your borders. What is it called? Another game like habeas caucus or whatever it's called. I actually forget. But basically, you see this happen and you start to wonder, well, what are you working on? Why are you trying to get crazy over here? So then you start to retaliate, put your tanks on the other border, start to move your SS into a better position, and then that's usually enough for war. That's all saying M's an EU player. Maybe. I forget who's left in the game, but I know for sure Mappy's still here, Madmartigan's still here. Check the names real quick. I think Shocks is still in here. Mappy, Madmartigan, Shocks. Menace, I think. Did we see him drop? I didn't think so. And Notes. I forgot about Notes. That's great. I love Notes. I missed some of the Diplo here. I have to Oh wow. I think maybe they're doing that weird. Oh no, maybe they're. This is weird. This is an odd one. Okay, this is better. This is where you start bringing your SS. You start to lock this off a little bit. I like to. Oh, and here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. 2 SS. Oh, where's your other SS? Why put him over there? Okay, okay. This is gonna look bad for LB, I think. There is a lot of tanks coming out. A lot of them are going to get stuck on these riflemen. I'm not a big fan of the riflemen. I like what Gray's doing a little bit more, where you have more tanks, less riflemen, and then having these mortars hit back, only because stuff like this happens. Like oh, pull these back, please. Although Light Blue is 3D printing tanks right now, and he's also losing them. So Gray does pull back here. Maybe he doesn't pull back on this one. I think Light Blue's lost. I think this is his 4th tank that I'm about to see 4th. Here, Gray losing this. A lot of SS to cover here. Yeah, I would love to see some support. He's just absolutely getting obliterated from these. And again, this is where you see, like, just because you have a shit ton of tanks doesn't mean you're going to win the fight. You really need to take really great positions. Otherwise, this isn't going to go well for you. Monsalo, thank you so much. He says Shocks, Mappy, Minna. I forgot about Minna. Oh my god, these are 3, 4, 5 pumpers in here. Oh my god, and LB unfortunately just getting rattled. here, still with a lot of gold. Both of them still having a crazy amount of gold. This is, yeah, again, like this was not my favorite push. I'm sorry, defense from light blue. A great push from gray. Again, you don't really want a shit ton of units when you have these tanks, just because it makes it 10 times harder when you're trying to get them out of the back line. You have so many riflemen, and they're just, they're getting every. Oh, Cole says okay. Cole hits light blue. This is crazy. Teal. Oh, I didn't see this. I was so focused. I'm so sorry. I gotta get back. I gotta get back into the swing of things. All right, Emerald. And this fight going on here, it looks like it's going better for Emerald just because of the fact that he's getting these mortars off. Gray hitting 2 people at once. It looks like getting a large chunk of this map. Teal eating Gray alive up on the north, getting as much bases as possible. Light blue losing way too many tanks in the south. An SS fight happening as well. This one he doesn't pull back, so it's just going to take some free damage. So 2v1 on that. I think this is a little bit better. Yeah, you pull back, get a little bit of a nice surround here. Let him push. Let him do the dirty work for you. Gray doing a wonderful push. Again, focusing, right? So he very much could have just spent. He's got the gold to spend here, and he doesn't. He just kind of focuses on this 40 tanks that Gray's throwing him in. As they're throwing at him. I'm sorry, light blue's throwing into gray. I think this is better. You focus, you get your SS positioned, you start taking these really good fights only, as Poo Monkey likes to say. And unfortunately, I think we're seeing the death of Lav. I know I've said that before with other people. Emerald losing a crazy amount of SS. I think Lavender killing some. No, okay, this wasn't as bad as Andrastic as I thought it was going to be. I got confused on who was where. Cole just eating the map, just absolutely devouring. This is where I think I would say, hey, Gray, do you mind if I piece? I'm going to go hit Cole, and then I accept this. Because, yeah, this is crazy. I mean, he's got a lot of gold. He's going to have a lot of income. 106 on overtime, so he's getting close. He's at 77, 78 now. He's at 75 income in total, and want to pull back. They're looking a little messy. Yeah, France yeah, they're talking about peace. Teal cleaning up everything in the north. Lavender losing on the SS. Just basically, Emerald's got 2 shots on this. It's probably gonna get lost just because this is gonna be hard. It's gonna for him to live through this. I think, and not a lot of great pushes coming out of here. You'd like to see these tanks back into the fight, if anything. Maybe you have enough SS here, right? Lav only has 2 more SS. He does do a nice swap. That's exactly what I want to see. Full fight going on. This is a little bit better of a fight. I think LB is doing a nicer job here. I think you really don't want to see this. You want to see more backline. Oh, well, actually, this is decent. But you really want to see this here. You want control of the northern spot. Because this does look a little bit too dicey. And you're getting a little caught up here. So you are going to win a lot of these fights here. But yeah, once Cole starts printing out the tanks, which I think he'll do in a moment, it's going to be a little bit rough. So maybe reposition. Yeah, light blue's kind of faltering here. Gray pushing into the Northlands, into Cole, which I think is a good choice. Emerald does wrap up some of those. Still fighting over this base here, and I think this is a better fight now for Emerald. A lot. I mean, LB has lost a astronomical amount of tanks, and you really hate to see it. You really want to see a little bit more micro happening here, because yeah, we're just feeding Cole, and that's not going to be good for anybody. Teal, Lav doing the GG. It looks like it's over for Lav. Oh man, love to see it. You did great. GG man. Hope to see you more in these tourneys. Unfortunately, Emerald's just a fucking pumper. He played extremely well. Light blue, yeah, light blue on his last leg, 180 gold. Again, I think he's sitting somewhere around maybe even 2,000 gold at one point, and it's just gone. Like these tanks have died. Yeah, they're all low health. He's on his last legs here. Teal did make an incursion up here, but didn't really amount to much. Gray taking his lands back. So I think we're going to see 2 deaths here. We're going to see a light blue death, and we're going to see a and we saw Lav die. I have a prediction that light blue might be Shocks. and I'm not exactly sure who's who at this time. Everybody playing pretty. The remaining players are playing pretty solid, right? Cole making some good decisions, Gray making some great decisions, and making some pumper plays. I'm gonna be very interested to see how this one turns out. He is microing his tanks a little bit. These are all but dead. Cole not microing that last one, probably gonna lose this. Unfortunate. Um, Maybe he's paying attention to this, trying to get everything out as Teal hits him in a couple spots. Um, Rafe finishing off. Yeah, you kind of hate to see that Teal wasn't really able to help too much against Cole. I think I mean, he tried. I just think there wasn't anything he could do. When Gray and Light Blue was helping, Teal, great pirate. He moved. He did exactly what he was supposed to be doing. Took the Northlands, making sure to cut as much income as possible. Um, but unfortunately, just wasn't able to. Yeah, and this. Yeah, I mean, this isn't your fault. You know, like this, you're doing everything you physically can, and it just won't be enough just because he's got the bank, he's got the position, and the person that you're helping live is really on his last legs. So Cole almost a little over 20 cities away from winning here. So I think the map's going to register that real soon. Teal kind of making him an enemy. Emerald probably. I mean, Emerald was probably on good graces with Cole, but seeing he's at 78 income, you know, it doesn't matter how much um, positive Diplo you might have done at one point. If you're playing for the win, you're playing for the win. Um, Yeah, unfortunately, we're seeing Light Blue just get smoldered, and I think it all really happened. Peace LB, what a BM thing! Oh my God, piecing him. He's got fucking two riflemen and a Klondike bar to his name, and you're asking for peace. Holy shit. Um, yeah, I think I leave STL. You did what you could. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of um, there wasn't a situation where you could really do that much damage. Maybe if Light Blue had done a little bit better with his tanks and taking better fights and being in position, you could have done a lot more and focused this. But to be honest with you, this was cursed from you at the start. But I love the fact that Teal's been doing everything that he can. I think we're gonna see a Teal trapped SS maybe. Teal or yeah, get these back. It's not worth it. I think we leave. You don't have. He pumps them out. I don't know. This is hard. We've all been here where you're not sure what you really want to do. You know, oh, I think Teal got the kill on that one, so that's good. Yeah, holding this. Oh man, a lot of SS coming out, but Teal's really not using them against the other SS. He's using them against the tanks, which could be very, very tricky. Yeah, and he's gonna get a roar off maybe soon. Teal not using 4 or 5 of his SS, now finally getting into this fight. Yeah, I think it's time for the retreat. You get these wrapped up. Oh, my, switch these out. What is with the micro today, boys? Why is the micro lacking today? Um, yeah, this would have been a good steal just because you can get some extra damage done here. Cole having to commit to this fight basically. Teal looks to be doing a little bit better. I think Cole not spending all of his gold because obviously you don't want to have a bunch of SS in the Baltics when you're really mostly a land nation. So this makes sense from Cole, but at the same time, it's like if you don't commit to this, you're really going to take way more damage than is necessary. Teal not pulling back a lot of his SS, but he needs to keep them in the fight, to be honest with you. He needs the extra damage, otherwise he'll get out SS real soon. I think I'd like to see some of these going cheeky, and at Teal, like, he's all in at this point. Yeah, you just start hitting these ones. You need this bounty. Yes, get him. Oh my God, thank you. Punish those SS. He started bringing them into the fight, kill every single one of them, but he's going to 3D print more SS, and now I'm sad for Teal. I really wish I would have seen a couple more of these dead. But again, I totally understand. There's not much you can do. Spend every bit of gold you can, making sure you don't lose this base. Kill these last SS if you can. Target fire them with your towers on the exit retreat. I think you did what you could, Teal. I really do. Like, no one can say that you didn't do your plumper pirate duty. I'd love to see the play here. But again, it's unfortunate. You probably didn't understand. He just had a shit ton of gold, and maybe you even knew he had a lot of gold, and you knew, but it's hard to tell. Like it's hard to tell if this person's willing to take the gamble of making a shit ton of SS in a place that is now stuck, right? Because Teal can now hold this very easily, right? If Teal gets some of these spawns going, these ships, even though they're very hurt, oh, this is bad. I think you hold this. Oh, Gray popping. I didn't even see this. Gray pushing into. This is hard to see. This is hard to know what's going to happen here. Because, again, I think as Gray, you saw your biggest adversary at this point 3D print SS in the north, which could just be a huge advantage for you. You lost nothing. Ray doing a great job of microing his tanks, taking the good fights that he wants to take. Maybe this could go a little bit better because these SS are here. Maybe spending here isn't exactly what I want to be doing. I think you fall back a little bit, get a better line, because he's starting to realize this. M asking, or Cole probably going to ask M for help against Gray. Yeah, I didn't even see this SS. Oh, you hate to see it. These were so low. I mean, this is just emotional damage. You see so many SS so low here. It does look like Cole's not roaring, does a little bit of a cheeky night rush to get this base. That's not a terrible idea. But I think this is not looking healthy. You need both of these players sort of not microing some of these tanks here. And I think that's the name of the game today. I'm just seeing a lot of fights where tanks and SS are dying, and they don't always need to be. Like right here, we're taking a lot of damage from these north ships here, and some of these. Oh, this one gets pulled back. I don't know about this one. Start to have odd fights, to be honest with you. I'd love to see this being roared now. You have your roars everywhere. Let's just scream right now. Get them all this DPS going. Does have some fighting. I like this. I think these are all empty, but you wouldn't know that these are empty from them. So I think I pick these off and I full commit. This is a pumper fight. Up here, you know, Gray's struggling. Oh, there's fighting everywhere. I'm so sorry. I gotta do better. Light blue pushing into Finland, Karelia. A lot of SS pushing in. Looks like he's trying to bring these back in. Give Gray the win? Question mark from Cole. I think that's a little early because everyone's hitting. I mean, oh my gosh, this is a lot of SS. Man, and tanks. This is a good tank drop. This is a great tank drop. You want to take this position. You have less SS. You need to have everything that you possibly can in transports because you're pretty sure that Gray's not going to hit you. I'm sorry, Cole's not going to hit you. So I think you need to be doing everything in your power to make sure that you get every advantage you get, which means having a roar here constantly, which he does, making sure that these tanks are doing God's work on this fight, making sure that you don't get the surround and dropping immediately when this. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing. Oh, but you do wait. Oh, you hate to see it. That could have been a free SS kill. He is spawning more SS here. Again, this is where I would like to see more of these units a part of this fight. People pushing in every direction on Cole. Emerald probably going to lose some of these SS. Not microing. Get this one. Get this one. Get this one. Oh, one hit. Oh, I wish that tower would have done some damage here. I think you re-roll these up, pull them back, pull everything back again. Make sure that these tanks. Oh well, tanks are being spawned on this port here. We have 8 gold. I mean, he's fully committed. I think what you'd want to see is Cole needs to do more against Gray. Otherwise, Emerald is going to lose this fight, and you can't have that as Cole. You need Emerald in this fight. You need Emerald. You need to be taking as much APM. I know there's a lot of stuff happening in the north right now, but if Emerald loses this fight, Cole will run away on SS. Emerald doing a great fucking job. Again, I'd like the only way that Emerald could do better here is if he had more of these units that he has, his spawns, in trans. Did I just? Oh, man, I'm getting some weird spicy lag spikes right now. But he's microing. He's getting this shit. So oh, this is gonna look dicey. But he's really targeting well, right? People over target. Some people say you shouldn't target. Some people say you should. I'm in a favor of target as long as you're paying attention. If you're not paying attention to an SS fight, I think it's doing you a disservice to target because the second you look away, you know, you're he micros. Pull these back a little bit. Yeah, he's doing a great job. Still has some armored transports with tanks. I'm getting a lot of lag. I'm really afraid of crashing here. But Ray 3D printing these, it's looking like a bad time for Emerald. And unfortunately, I mean, Gray does have his entire bank. I think Emerald went really positive on that fight. I don't think there's anything more you can do besides turtle up. Cole's still doing a good job holding the space. You really don't want this to snowball because it can happen quickly. A lot of these, yeah, dang. I think a lot of this could have been a game-changing factor, right? All of these being loaded up, getting them pushed in. I hate having my units around. Is this Easter Bunny? No, 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 no. This is I'm Power Stroke. Easter Bunny is I think this is a little late or early for him, I guess is the word. Um, Everybody, look at this tank drops here. I think people are sleeping on the fact that Gray has a shit ton of SS. He's been 3D printing. He's oh man, I don't even think Cole's looking at this. He's too busy looking at light blue and teal. Yeah, he's on 3 fronts. Emerald's losing his front. Gray's looking like a runaway game at this moment. But even though he's 85 and 92, so there is the chance that he wins just by throwing knights into his friend. Like he only needs less than 10 bases. But I think it would have been. Yeah, it's a little too late now. I think he's gonna get pushed from all sides. As long as he just should have sent all of these knights into them, and it might have been a win. Gray is looking kind of like a favorite to me. We have I'll stop. That's a good stop, I think. Light blue. I understand why you went in. He was trying his best here to win. Or trying his best to make sure that Cole didn't win, but it is kind of getting to that point. Yeah, guys, I think stop. Emerald says. Yeah, I think Teal also needs to stop on him. I think Cole printing out more SS. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if I like this move, but I guess you don't want to lose your SS. But Teal responding, Cole probably gonna lose a lot of SS unless he brings these back, and yeah, it's not looking too gold for Cole. LB doesn't really have a position to win this, and I think Cole spawning here really means that Teal is so infatuated with taking all of this SS that he's not looking at the map. He's just looking to hit Cole here, and I think that's going to be a mistake. I'm really interested to see who Gray is. Really hard for me to tell who is who at this point. Some flaming going on in chat. Cole losing a lot of SS. Light blue has a chance to take some cities off. I didn't even see this here. You need to start taking these because it's 82-91 and it's gonna look like a runaway game because no one can take this from Gray. I think. I mean, Teal's still going on Cole, which is kind of crazy. We want to see more pushing at light blue doing what he can. It's probably not going to be enough because Emerald is kind of stuck here. We want to see. Oh man, I don't know. I think this is a runaway game. We have 3 cities left. Teal finally going in, night rushing at the last minute, but it's 90-90. There is 36 seconds left. Gray putting a bunch of gold into knights. Cole still running away with 170 gold, which I guess you can't do. You can't give him a single base left. 88-99. Light blue doing everything that he can. Teal not spending enough. No, I'm sorry. He's broke. He's got everything in here. Hey, this was the deciding factor here. Emerald looking like he might be the savior in this push as long as he can just keep pushing. Oh, that's Cole. Please, wrong shade of gray. You gotta get the other one. 5 more cities, and he's not gonna get it at the end of the round at 6, but it's 84. It's hovering very, very close. We're seeing a lot of. I mean, oh my God, Cole kind of doing the negative Diplo, hitting LB, even though LB is trying to play for the win and trying to stop him. This might work out in Cole's favor because LB is committed to making sure that Gray doesn't win. So this might look like positive. This might work out in his favor if Gray doesn't win the game. But again, it is ticking slowly but surely. We're at 89 in overtime. Light blue printing some. Not a crazy amount. Well, I guess printing wasn't the right term, but light blue and emerald seeming to do God's work as all of this fighting. He is managing to fight and farm some of these SS. That does look good. Yeah, we did want to see this from Cole. Cole wanting to. Why are you hitting me? I'm not. I need some income. That's a crazy dip low, especially the fact that he didn't take the top Finland base. I do think this is starting to look more and more like a doomed push for Ray. I think he does notice that as he starts to pulling out a bit. Yeah, I mean, everyone's broke. This is kind of crazy. 260, 143, 120, 139, and 33 gold for everybody. It's looking like Ray couldn't pull it off here, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Light blue and teal or light blue doing some negative diplo. I'm sorry, Cole doing negative diplo to light blue by taking some of his land, just claiming he needs gold. But again, like I said, I think light blue was so committed to making sure gray didn't win that he gets this for free. A lot of tanks still from Cole, a lot of tanks from a shit ton of tanks. I think as a lobby, you can't stop here on Cole. I think you have to keep going until this man is dead, and also just keep in mind where Cole is at in his city count. Because Gray, no matter what, the second any infighting happens between this new alliance of everybody versus Gray, the second anybody like kind of lets up is going to give Gray the momentum he needs to regroup. And I mean, regroup he is because he's got a shit ton of SS. He still has a lot of tanks just kind of falling back on the field here. Emerald finally getting his SS, taking the Middle East. I'm sorry, taking Greece and South Europe. I stopped Gray. I think that's what we don't want to see. Um, did all of Cole's SS die? No, the majority of Cole's SS, I think, did die, but he still has a lot left here. I think M needs to be the hero Gotham needs and take the south part of the map to make sure that Gray can't take a cheeky, quick win like he almost did there. Um, I don't know if everybody really notices how much income is on the board for Gray. Because again, I don't think I would like to see people stopping here. I think I'd like to see more death, murder, blood. Light blue pushing into Cole. I think if Teal and Emerald really do their damnedest to hit Gray, I think they can beat him. Uh, Light blue coming back with the I need income, which makes sense. I mean, he did. It's exactly what happened to light blue, especially the fact that I don't even think Cole ever got this. Maybe he did. Cole responding. This is what I wouldn't want to see because you're. Oh my God! Again, we're seeing Gray just kind of being able to do what he wants here. He's sitting. He's sitting with all of his tanks, his SS. Oh, this isn't what you want to see. Yeah, these SS are gonna start fighting here. Yeah, these are dead. Fucking Teal. I think Cole's getting to the point of being okay with throwing. Maybe not. I could be misreading that, but Teal, I think, is doing a mistake by. Oh, this is hard actually. This is hard to say. I really want to see Emerald load up more of these transports and do what he didn't last time and just defend the hell out of this with as much tenacity as possible and just being real smart with your spawn. LB take Netherlands, Belgium. These are gonna die. I don't even know if Teal will take a loss. If he plays this right, he shouldn't take any losses. Yep, he's swapping them in and out. It does look like he's just gonna do some, yeah. And this is where targeting kind of hurts you because these ones are kind of inching forward, trying to kill these back lines. And look at, they're still trying to do it as Teal does a perfect farm there. Light blue, kind of just getting eaten alive here. Probably is gonna try to make the north his new home. Gray, sorry, I wasn't looking at this. Again, this all, you know Cole's busy. You don't need this army doing nothing. You need them in transport drops. We're ready and willing to fight here. You're going to get the double roar, pulling them back. Did he get these roars? Yeah, I think all of Gray's SS are roared. Gray just having an immense amount of SS. Yeah, he starts to get these transports going. That's exactly what you need to do. This is a better fight for you, but he does start to print out some. I didn't even realize Gray still has 445 gold. Action all across the map. Cole at 69 out of 84. Gray, Cole, yeah, Cole taking from Gray. This is exactly what I was afraid of. Like if you're not keeping your eyes on Cole, he could sweep this game just very, very sneakily. Emerald taking some good fights in the north, but not so much in the south. I think you pull these back. Oh, I didn't even see this. Gray spending everything. Yeah, wow. This SS spam. Yeah, it's crazy. Again, this is why you really needed Gray dead. Teal finishing off the SS, or kill off all the SS, but it's looking like 65, 84. I don't know what you do here. This is a really rough one because the timer is just going down slowly but surely. So this is inevitable. Like, someone's going to win this game, and I think everybody's doing a good job of kind of making sure everyone stays low on the city count. We got a little bit dicey there with Gray, but again, everybody just happened to Diplo at the right time. Gray pushing up north, and again, this is where this is going to get extremely, extremely dangerous for the map because Gray has still, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of income, but he has a lot of assets. This man is, uh, this man has just tons and tons of gold. Um, on the board. Cole asking Gray, probably going to ask him for a piece or something of that nature because Cole is kind of getting eaten alive. I think as Gray, you don't hit anybody else. Yeah, I told you, Cole's getting ready to throw. Um, that's very real. I think these SS need to be down south for sure. I think these ones need to be helping Emerald kind of push out the best that he can because this is just I honestly don't know what to do here. This is a rough one for everybody in position because you're never sure if Cole's actually being right about this. Um, like you can't as Teal you can't full commit to Gray because LB will die to Cole's mass amount of tanks, right? But at the same time, like Emerald and Teal are necessary to team if they need a chance to get Gray, right? This is the first time we've seen Teal at the most city count, 52 out of 82. Yeah, I think this game was going to end soon, but it's anybody's game still, which is absolutely phenomenal. Very huge pumper lobby. I still love everybody that's here. I'm pretty sure it still shocks Mappy, Mina, Mad, and Notes. Pretty sure. Yeah, Rich Bunch. Yeah, for sure, something like that. Um, and Ray taking up every spare city that he can, bringing it to 58. I think by the time that Cole gets a line. Oh, okay, Teal coming in, pushing here. Yeah, this is just rough. This is a rough. They're gonna let I know only. Bull. Yeah, you never know if this is true or not. Bull's still sitting at a lot of gold. We're gonna hit 30, 35 SS. Teal. Teal's in a rough position. I think he's doing what he can. I don't think he's throwing by any means. I think it's just he's in a really hard spot. These islands are just, especially when you need a city count win when it's overtime. Like this is kind of the worst place you need to be. To wrap up as much cities as possible. I just saw 4 SS here. I don't know if he had this at one point. Cole saying, this is again, you don't know if this is true or not, right? You don't know if Cole's being honest when he says stop right there because he did say, I'll let you win. And honestly, all he needs to do is shove into light blue and teal up here and let Gray take the city count. And Gray wins it. So you never know if he's lying. I feel like he is. Yeah, Teal, I don't know if Teal realizes Gray, light blue. Yeah, I don't know if Cole realized that how much light blue's been doing to fight LB, and I also think Cole kind of did some dirty Diplo with light blue when he kind of took Finland and he took Corellia and said, "Oh, I just need income. I'm not hitting you." So yeah, that makes me see red, and light blue was able to see past that and still do what was necessary. So um, Cole a little bit with the negative Diplo, terrorist Diplo, but hey, yeah, 73, 72 out of 80. Gray doing a push on every side. Teal finally getting into this fight. Probably needs to be shoving a lot more gold into this. Good dude, this is great. This is exactly what you need to be seeing. He needs to be everywhere all at once. Gray, Emerald, unfortunately, not. I think you need these SS out here. You need them at least in this position here. I know it's hard. You're dying here. 73 out of 80. This isn't a good fight for you, but Gray does back off, and it's unfortunate that it's not a good fight for you. But at the same time, you need to be taking these losses so he just doesn't win because it's 70. He's 9 cities away. But he is going to be start losing fast here. Again, Emerald needs to get these out of here because Teal is committing his SS to the south, which means this is the perfect time for Emerald not to be, you know, outnumbered on SS. Cole doing exactly what I thought he would do. Light blue, I think, overcommitting in the south here because Gray does seem like he's going to be handled. It's just unfortunate that Light blue's going to lose all of his northern lands. What's his city count? He's at 32. I think by the end of this, Cole gets to be 50, 60 cities once he wraps this all up, which I'm sure he will. Emerald, again, this is where, as Emerald and Teal, you almost want to kill Gray and make sure that Cole isn't getting too big. I think you do that by keeping Light Blue alive as much as possible. I think I'm not sure what the win condition is for light blue here. I don't think I see any valuable option for him or viable. I think you need to commit all of your SS to this fight constantly, and make sure you're sniping as much as possible while getting this one back. Luckily, oh, he snipes it. Oh, it lives. It lives. That's crazy. That's 2 HP in a dream right there. Yeah, Gray going down to 42 cities was at 70 something. Cole going, he's now hopped up at 39. He'll get a lot more by the time he's done finishing up the north. I think Emerald doing a disservice. I mean, what is Emerald at? Emerald's at 63 cities. I don't think Emerald realizes there's a bunch of free land in the middle. I think Emerald, oh my God, Emerald could win this. He could just shove a bunch of knights up north, get this up north, and win the game. And while everybody's distracted, I mean, still commit your SS to these, so people are paying attention. But Cole is not paying attention, right? Cole is in the north. He is fighting LB. LB doesn't have enough to stop you. Teal is microing the south. Please, Emerald, you can win this game if you just shove everything you have into the north and take these cities. Oh, 70 cities. He only needs a few more, or well, 10 more, 11 more here. And Teal kind of got on the back foot. Emerald doing a good job. Yeah, and you have these cities here. Emerald, please, please just send all your gold. I just want to see. Oh, we see it. We see a 67 income. Cities Emerald, guys. Teal does see it at the last second. I don't know if Gray sees it. Gray does have the money. Maybe stop it. Every direction. You need to be everywhere. Everywhere. And he does push them up north. He does get the space here. What is he at? 73. He's got 30 seconds, and I think that is plenty of time because Gray is not spending. Cole, yeah, I think, again, this was a blunder from Cole going into light blue. But again, he was saying that he was ready to throw. Emerald being just a pumper all game, 79 cities, 16 seconds left to go, but a huge night rush happening. And now the counter night rush with 80 cities, but 11 seconds. He only needs 3 less to keep this game going. But is that enough? Did Gray spend enough gold? There's a bunch of free cities everywhere. 78 cities with 2 seconds left to go, and it looks. Oh my God, Emerald does manage to take it at the last second. It does freeze now at the very end here, so we're saying that. Oh my God, it was Minamoto. Oh no, a European. Oh, you hate to see it, but I love what you did, Minamoto. You did a great job all game long. You did great defenses in the south. You did great holds against Gray, even though you had less SS. Um, Mappy, Madmartigan. That was a pumper 5-man right there. Shocks did a great job. Shocks did exactly what he had to do to make sure the lobby stayed alive. Even though like it bit him in the butt, unfortunately. But again, without Shocks, without light blue, like kind of suicide in there, I don't think the game would have been notes for sure. Yeah, and Minamoto doing exactly what he needed to do. People are saying, yeah, Pumper Lobby, go Russia. Easter Bunny saying go Russia. Just destroyed NA in their own tourney. Unlucky. NA so many noobs. We deny. Not NA so bad. You hate to see it. This is not a good look for us. I'm pretty sure Notes, Shocks, and Madmartigan all NA, and Mappy and Minamoto both EU. So honestly, great game. It was fun to cast. Everyone did a great job. It was a tough one. It was a tough win condition for everybody. I think really the only person who didn't have like a way in to win that game was LB, and that's again because he made sure that Gray didn't win at the end game there. Which again, like he had to do it. I'm glad he did it, but I think that brought him out of the game from winning. Other than that, Mappy still had a win condition. Notes still had a win condition. Madmartigan and Minamoto all had win conditions that seemed favorable. Crazy game. I wonder if I can get Madmartigan or Minamoto in here. I'm not sure, or maybe I go down. Um, Let me see if I can grab him real quick. I can go into the casting channel if he's still somewhere. I don't want to mod abuse him, but maybe if he wants to talk, maybe come down Minamoto if you want to talk a little bit, or if anybody wants to kind of chat about the ending of that game because it was definitely crazy. Um, Shocks is EU. Oh no, it wasn't a good look. The EUs versus 2 NAs. Okay, you guys held it down though, NA. You guys did amazing, both Madmartigan. Honestly, I don't even remember if Notes is uh, NA. Notes, are you NA? I see you in the chat. Hopefully, if you say that you're EU, I'm gonna fucking kill myself because I'm gonna be real sad if Madmartigan was the only representative of NA at the end of the NA tournament. Um, yeah, GG everybody. think they're up there speaking a little bit. I'm afraid to go up. But I think everybody played amazingly. I love this NA tournament. I'm gonna have to find a way to pay you Minamoto. I know Russia, US, I think is a little bit different and tricky, but GG's everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe all the videos if you can. Oh, he's NA, thank God. No, it's his NA. At least it was 2 out of 3. We had a chance. Um, you did great. Notes. Love to see you in that game. You did phenomenal. Um, yeah, and again, we want to do more weekly NA tourneys, and the best way to do that, the way that helps us the most is if you subscribe to us, and follow us. We are committed to the $25 donation for I'm sorry, $25 for the winner of both the NA EU, and I believe the Direct Strike also gets winnings. So, that's only possible with the help of the community, and we really appreciate anything that you guys can do to help out. So please, again, like, subscribe, share us. Anything that you guys can do would really help us out a lot. GG Minamoto, crazy game from you. And on that note, I'm gonna head out. Glad to see these pumpers play, and hope to see you guys again.